Sicilian defense, Nyezhmetdinov-Rossolimo, Fianchetto variation, 4.bxc6dx5.d3bg76.h3. Giveaway. One player was winning, but then gave it away. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. The middle game battle was fairly even. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. The c-pawn in the Sicilian defense controls the d4 square. Nf3 moves the knight toward the center in anticipation of a pawn push on d4, where it will be ready to retake the piece if black captures on d4. Nc6 aids in maintaining control over the d4 and e5 squares. Bb5 engages in a knight on c6 attack while getting ready to castle kingside. The dark squared bishop is getting ready to be fianchetto to g7, where it will sit on the long diagonal. Bxc6 captures the knight and forces black to double their c-pawns in exchange for the bishop pair. Dxc6 captures the bishop, opens up the d-file and allows the light squared bishop to develop. d3 supports the e4 pawn and allows the dark squared bishop to develop. Fianchetto move bg7 places the bishop on the long diagonal. h3 takes control of the g4 square, stopping any bg4 or ng4 ideas from black. By doing this, a knight moves out of its beginning square and into the action. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. By doing this, a queen moves off of its beginning square and into the action. Games Master. It is the final book action. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. That's a decent move. That's good. This misses a chance to link together rooks. It is incorrect. That falls flat. That pawn's capture grants you material. That's good. A powerful play. It is quite good. This exchange is fair. It is quite good. Backs off. It is ideal. This squanders a chance to link rooks. It is incorrect. This threatens to kick a bishop. There was only one good move there. This ignores an opportunity to offer an equal trade of pieces. It is a mistake. This misses an opportunity to threaten winning a pawn. This allows the opponent to kick a bishop. It is an inaccuracy. The opposing bishop is kicked by a pawn, and must now move or be captured. This is the only good move. It is a great move. The bishop is now in a secure position. It is ideal. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. It is good. Not the finest, this. It is incorrect. This suggests exchanging items of equivalent value. It is ideal. This provides an equal exchange of parts. This poses a risk of winning a pawn. It is ideal. Forcing the opponent to double their pawns helps create weaknesses. This is the only move that works. This prevents the opponent from being able to win a pawn. It is a great move. Recaptures. It is ideal. This is not the best approach. It is incorrect. This poses the risk of producing a passed pawn. It is incorrect. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. This stops the opponent from being able to create a passed pawn. It is excellent. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. It is ideal. This defends the pawn that was attacked. It is ideal. By moving a rook from its starting square, this activates it. It is ideal. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This is the only good move. This threatens to create a passed pawn. It is a great move. The pawn is now in a safe position. It is ideal. A wise decision. It is quite good. There was only one good move in that position. This overlooks an opportunity to threaten winning a pawn. It is a mistake. This misses a chance to make a pawn-winning threat. It is incorrect. The rooks are linked by this, making it easier for them to work together in the future. It is ideal. Although the game was nearly tied, black is now in a losing position. It is incorrect. This misses a fantastic but elusive move. This wastes an opportunity to take the lead. That falls flat. This overlooks an opportunity to connect rooks. It is a miss. Although the score was nearly equal, black now holds the upper hand. That falls flat. This defends the attacked rook. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. Very precise. It is best. Among the best actions. It is quite good. There were worse maneuvers, but there were also much better ones. It is incorrect. It's all right. That's good. Not the finest, this. It is incorrect. There was only one move that was effective, and this wasn't it? This loses a chance to imply that winning a pawn is possible. It is incorrect. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This overlooks an opportunity to capture a vulnerable pawn. This permits the opponent to create a passed pawn. It is an inaccuracy. This turns the pawn into a passed pawn, which means no other pawn may oppose it as it advances. It is ideal. The rook is now on a square that is more secure. It is ideal. There was just one smart move to be made. It is incorrect. The pawn is now on a square that is safer. It is ideal. This puts the opposing rook in a position to lose control of the open file. It is ideal. That pawn's capture grants you material. It is ideal. This overlooks a safer approach to moving a queen. It is incorrect. So, the attacked pawn is protected. It is quite good. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This shifts the bishop to a square with more activity, giving it greater scope. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. This misses a chance to link together rooks. It is incorrect. Now that black has lost their winning advantage, the score is about even. That falls flat. Equality is within reach, but this move doesn't get there. There was only one good move in that position. This misses an opportunity to connect rooks. It is a miss. This was a turn of the game move that put black in the lead. It is a wise decision. That's a decent move. That's good. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This poses the risk of producing a passed pawn. That's good. This enables the adversary to make a passed pawn. It is incorrect. This wastes a chance to make a passed pawn. It is incorrect. This deters an assault on a pawn that is weak. That's good. The queen is therefore moved to safety. It is quite good. By posing a threat to a queen and compelling it to flee, this wins a tempo. That's good. A queen is lost as a result. It is incorrect. This is how you take the pawn. It is quite good. Though not the best move technically, it was interesting. It is quite good. Backs off. It is ideal. Thus, a bishop is attached to the king. It is ideal. This is winning stuff. It is quite good. Very precise. It is best. Recaptures. It is ideal. It's all right. That's good. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. It is ideal. Backs off. It is ideal. This evades the check from the bishop. This is the start of the endgame and black is winning. It is best. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This is how you win a bishop's favor. It is quite good. This steps away from the checking pawn. It is excellent. Giveaway one player was winning, but then gave it away. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. The middle game battle was fairly even. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. Giveaway one player was winning, but then gave it away. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. The middle game battle was fairly even.